All right, let's turn now to Wisconsin, where there's been a record early voting turnout. Wisconsin Election Commission says 41% of active voters have already cast their ballot, and processing those ballots is underway. Now, the Badger State is considered one of the most important races to watch this election cycle, and its 10 electoral votes could swing either way. Wisconsin has only voted for a Republican twice in the past 40 years, but most recently flipping red for Donald Trump in 2016, but then Joe Biden narrowly won the state back in 2020.
Being able to vote today is standing up for democracy and making sure that it doesn't slide down the back like it really feels like it's doing with a lot of people and a lot of the negative rhetoric in this country.
Well, with the surge of early voters, states like Wisconsin can't expect the results to be under a microscope as they come in throughout the day. So let's bring in NewsNation's Nick Smith, who is live for us at Milwaukee's Mail Ballot Processing Center. All right, Nick, we can see people hard at work behind you. Talk about why Wisconsin is so crucial this election.
Well, it's so crucial, Nichole, because the candidates have made it crucial, right? Multiple visits from Harris, multiple visits from Trump, multiple visits from J.D. Vance and from Tim Walz. They have signaled to their voters that every vote counts, and Wisconsin is key to that. One of the things that we wanted to do this morning was we followed voters to the polls. The polls opened at 7 a.m. The doors and the lines started about 40 minutes before that. One voter that we spoke to, Nichole, said he wanted to be there because he believes that democracy dies in the dark. So it's all about transparency, right? We know that the state of Wisconsin has received more than 1.5 million absentee ballots, and that's what we wanted to check out right here at the processing center. This is what you're seeing right now. More than 350 different wards, counting more than 113,000 ballots that were issued as of this morning. Now, just over 106,000 of those ballots were returned. The reason this matters is because they don't start counting until the polls open today. And this is how all of this works. A bipartisan group of volunteers working through the process, those with the green badges, they're your election observers. What's happening now is the task of reviewing each of those, right? They confirm the ward to which the ballot is assigned. They confirm that each ballot meets the criteria of valid signature. The second step, they open that envelope. Only verified envelopes are opened. The rejected envelopes are logged, and the reason for their rejection is tracked for later review. And the last step in that process, Nichole, is the extraction or pulling out the ballot. That ballot number is recorded and is matched against absentee ballot rolls so that they can verify that the signature and the voter match the ballot, Nichole.
So a lot of work goes into this. Nick, what happens after the ballots are accounted for at that processing center?
Nichole, one more very important step, and that is once they can verify that the signatures and every piece of criteria is met, you see that big machine back there against the wall? That is called the tabulator. There are several of those here. Assuming all criteria are met, Nichole, election inspectors will place the ballot in that ballot tabulator. Those numbers will be placed on a thumb drive. Those thumb drives and ballots will then be escorted to the courthouse under guard sometime after midnight. Once polls have closed, results will be released, which is why you start to see that slow trickle. Why are we seeing numbers here? Why are we seeing numbers there? Smaller counties are easier to count. So, Nichole, we have heard from election officials we can expect to have this go until about 2, 3 a.m. So I'm going to ask you to send a little bit of coffee because it's going to be a long night, Nichole.
A long night. Well, great work out there. Nick Smith live for us in Milwaukee. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.